Selamat datang.
See you again.
Silakan.
Hi.
Hi, sign my book.
Oh, okay.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Millie. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Today?
Not bad.
Busy? Not bad?
Yeah, busy. Had a very interesting discussion
How's with
Dean Shamsuddin
the
today.
new political situation there?
Where? In the
In
UK?
UK, in just next election, right?
Yeah, we're settling in.
Settle again.
Yeah, congratulations.
Just finished.
Berhasil ya?
So far so good.
Yeah.
With very short preparation that we put it together.
Yeah.
And so many things. We have human rights conference. We have smart city summit. We have in Asia Africa NGO summit in Bandung, yeah.
Yeah.
As in addition to we breaking the world record. 20,000 people play Angklung. We have Asian African Carnival, so it's from A to Z.
Yeah.
And people are
Happy.
very happy compared to Jakarta people.
Yeah, that's easy.
So many smiles now. Now my old city packed of people
Yeah.
5 times. Because after the conference, we fixed, during the conference we fixed the area, like 1 kilometer radius,
Yeah.
to be more walkable,
Yeah.
more public space. So,
Yeah.
the next time you come, you start totally different
Yeah,
in
very
terms
good.
of fun.
Last time I came, I went to the Alun-Alun and saw that.
Mm.
That was already being used. And yeah, it's good. I look forward to
Now I walk to my office.
walking up.
Yeah, I used to go to work, but
Yeah.
walking is nicer
Yeah.
because I fixed the
Karato.
trottoir. So along the way, greeting to people I meet. It's very rewarding routine now.
Yeah, good. Good. So things are progressing, and I read that your cable car plan is also progressing.
Yeah, so many big infrastructure project is coming to the final stage. We have 5 finalists for our LRT. We are
So there are 5 finalists.
yeah, for the LRT PPP. We will testing the first cable car prototype route this year, and for the big one we are preparing the what you call it, the bidding. That's why I need to meet the guy, the price waterhouse.
Yeah.
For many.
For many, for all.
Yeah, we need to find one model that we can use.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Mau apa orange juice, apple juice?
Orange juice, apple juice boleh. Meet my
I already met Mr. Julian, yes.
Yeah.
You made Mr. Julian, okay.
Because this is professional, so I need some sort of proposal from him.
Okay.
How to work professionally. Because I have to know, it's very hard for us, like a government, to connect with the global company. As, there is some rules and regulations. I try to find a way to make this relation going without from the government budget, because they limit the number and.
Yeah.
But last time I remember when I was an advisor to Surabaya's mayor, before Burisma, it was an urban plan. The previous mayor named Bambang Deha, the predecessor, asked me to create the future blueprint for Surabaya. So I gather all the best professionals that I know from UK, from America.
Mm.
So the way they do it, I will try to follow. Is they ask the Kadin
Yeah.
to be the
Counterparts.
to pay for all the consultant costs. That's thing I might follow.
Right.
So the contract is from this consultant, international consultant to Kantor, and they give grant in the form of study to the government of Surabaya.
Right. Okay, that's an
So
interesting.
for this one, I might do the same if I couldn't find any way to from the government's budget, is to ask colleagues of my business circles
Yeah.
to hire him and to grant the result of the study to us.
Right.
That's why Burisma inherited the Surabaya is already in a good shape. Not like me, I started with so many things broken. It's okay.
She still
Different
has a lot.
cities, different history.
She still has a lot to fix in Surabaya too.
Yeah.
Masih ada banyak masalah di sana juga ya. I was there just a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, yeah, in Surabaya. Yeah. Yeah. Good. So the public-private partnership side is moving forward.
Yeah, and I think it will be many on the pipeline for PPP. That's why I need this basic knowledge and system,
Yeah.
because I will do the PPP for telecommunication projects in coming months and many more. Remember, I'm short of 5 billion.
Hi, Julie. Yeah. Fine, thanks.
Hello. See you again.
Hello, how are you? We were just talking about PPPs. Okay, so we can maybe talk a bit more about that with Julian, and then we should also talk a bit about this proposed visit to the UK, and maybe plan a bit around that.
So I think since the PPP will be something I'm looking forward to start, yeah. We need to discuss in more details. First, we will have very professional relations. That's why I need quotation and things like that. For what I did, and then on behalf of the government of Bandung, is what is the basic system for PPP that's acceptable to international standard, if he wants to learn. But as I said to Mr. Ambassador, it's not very easy for local government like me to hire international consultant. The way I did before in Surabaya, and I was also a consultant, bringing international consultant to the mayor of Surabaya before Burisma, was the mayor assigned Kadin, the business group, to hire the international consultant. And after the study finished, they grant the study to the city of Surabaya. So I might do the same with your
It's
company.
an interesting idea.
Yeah, so I will gather my business network and working with you in terms of company to B2B. Then the end study will be granted to us.
And the new PPP degree allows for the costs of the study to be recovered from the winning bidders for a PPP, so that may help.
Or any other option that I think is logical.
Present some findings to you when we can fix a date.
Okay.
So perhaps separately from today, we can talk to your office and arrange the date. And we can talk about what the mechanism is for the fees at the same time.
No problem.
So those 3 meetings, Julian, you've been to Bandung, or you've done?
Yes,
You've been on to Bandung.
Yeah. we're getting information to be able to say something. So, well, just to, what we can talk about is, I mean, I think everything you want to do costs a lot of money. It may be that the city doesn't have the financial resources, but what we've got is some proposals as to how you would finance some of what you want to do, how you prioritise it, and a way of making decisions and putting it into a business plan. And we've also looked at the light rail and the cable car projects to think about what would be the best financial structure as well. So we can cover all of that.
In terms of your long list of projects, do you have a sort of a sense of the priorities which are most important to you? Have you found those in talk to Valia?
Yeah, mostly transportation.
And that's the message I got.
Yeah, next will be telecommunications. I think that two would be the basics, infrastructure. Because tonight I have a meeting for this high-speed train.
Right.
Because Pak Jokowi pushed this project big time. I am dragged also by this project. So it means I'm a bit worried if this high-speed train say finish on time. I need to prepare the internal transportation to capture all this flow of people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I said, it cannot be just stop at Bandung and there is nothing there. So I'm trying to link this LRT and cable car as part of this high-speed train also discussions. So it's going to be big thing. Yeah. This is maybe my strategy also to make sure the connection. Very. That's why maybe your service needed very needed urgently. Since we don't have experience, something like this, maybe you can just propose, list your scope of works. Yeah.
Okay, I'll cover that when we come to the meeting.
Yeah.
What needs to
Then
be done.
I know how to start, where to start.
Okay.
Yes,
Good.
Mr. Ambassador, I heard that we have discussed about the possibility of financing from UK EF. Could you maybe share
EF
about
to
that? UK Export and Finance.
Oh.
Yeah.
I heard from the media, so they can finance for the consulting and then repay again after the project winners. Correct?
Yeah.
So possible to connect about that?
Yeah, there are some options. So UK Export Finance is our government-owned company which offers export finance for UK businesses. But it's like a guarantee or a loan facility. It requires quite low. It's got a competitive rate of interest. It's not a concessional loan. It's not like a lending from the World Bank or from the Asian Development Bank. But it's a competitive rate of interest. But there are, but it's a product that can be used to finance quite large projects. So it can certainly do consultancy type stuff, but equally it's been used in other parts of the world to finance aeroplanes and aircraft engines and big transport projects, big infrastructure projects, airport terminals, this sort of thing. So, anything from low millions to hundreds of millions. Where a lot of these sorts of international mechanisms require quite a high home content. In the case of the UKEF, actually the UK content can be quite low, so that you can have quite a lot of local purchasing, local contracting and so on. So that also adds to its competitiveness. But as things get going, I think there's potential there. Whether UKEF can finance a consultancy in this kind of space, we'd need to check. But potential. Depends on the scale of works.
There were
Julia may have
people
talked to the team.
Well, I have spoken to them. Yeah, There was a recent visit from
That's
UK.
right. We had a team here.
I had lunch with them and talked about what we were talking about with Van Dulm. And I think, in principle, they could finance professional fees to help you prepare projects for tendering and financing. And the main problem is that they sort of have a minimum of something like £5 million. And so each individual project needs, or I don't know, I'll do some thinking about that before we come.
And alternatively, the mechanism that Julian mentioned, that's in the new regulation, where you can charge the project preparation costs to the successful bidder, may in fact be another alternative and option.
But what I had in mind is they would lend money to Bandung City that would then repay by charging to the successful bidder. And the question is whether UKEF can move as fast as the mayor would like them to move for the work to start. That's to be discussed.
Okay. So we can do some homework. We can get Julian together with my team to sort of
Yeah,
explore.
I think let's do various options. Yeah,
Okay.
I try to do mine the way I did before.
Yeah.
If we have options again, that will be great. But we need your projects, this PPP thing, as soon as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I could come next week or the week after.
Because remember, last week I went to Singapore. Not last week. Friday. Yes,
Last week,
Yeah.
one of my staff was there. Yes.
So I made a speech about democracy and things in Indonesia and so on. So on. And in Singapore, before that, I had a meeting with Singapore Enterprise, and so many questions regarding this investment PPP. That's why we need this.
You mean that they were all asking you questions?
Yeah, something that I can easily answer if I have this
Yeah.
PPP scheme, international standard in mind,
Yeah.
which I don't have.
Right. Okay. Okay. So you can go to Bandung next week if
Yes.
you're scheduled.
Who should I speak to organise that?
I will arrange the meeting, yes.
Good, perfect.
Yes,
Will be
next week
perfect.
will be better.
You have one?
Yes, because I have your email.
Good.
So, Mr. Ambassador, this is, I call MI team. You have MI6, yeah? This is mission impossible thing.
Mission impossible.
When my bureaucracy cannot move,
Right.
I call MI team. I'm going to Korea tonight. We will open
Restaurant,
what we call Little Bandung.
Little Bandung.
It's a big restaurant with the product, the best of Bandung, display and sold there, with the display of promoting tourism also to Korea. I don't have any also, so we call it IT.
Okay.
I don't have a ambassador to many countries, so I sign this.
Yeah.
So that's how I try to make it in works.
Good. So how long are you going to be in Korea?
3 days,
2 days.
very tight.
And Tujuan?
Oh, I will have an MOU ceremony with the mayors of Seoul office. We will make a decision on location.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 locations for this our Little Bandung project. Then I will go to Jeju for Smart City conference and speak about the Bandung. Because I was elected as the chairman for our new group for Asia Africa Smart City Alliance. Something,
I saw that.
yeah, something I'm very looking forward to make it happen. Because we think we have that connection. That's my correction.
Good. Good. So that's on the trade and investment side. So we'll kind of move ahead with this PPP stuff and see what other projects it leads to, and behind Julian we'll see whether we can get other businesses interested in competing for projects as they come up on the structural side. So we're planning some cooperation with some of the universities. So we've been talking to some British universities about that, whether it's with ITB or with some of the other universities. Kind of university-to-university partnerships, but also a mechanism to create a sort of a place where people can find more information about higher education in the UK. We have one here in Al-Azhar University, we have one in Surabaya, we should have one in Bandung, I think. So we'll try and move ahead with
Yeah,
that.
there is one valuable information. Yeah, you should. There is a scholarship by Indonesian government that many Indonesians do not know. They give a scholarship for I think master degree to all overseas Indonesian.
Udah mahasiswa
Kan,
yang lain.
singkatan
Oke.
LPDP.
I think
LPDP.
that one.
LPDP.
Tapi dari Ministry of Finance.
Ya,
Ya,
LPDP.
baiklah.
LPDP. Oh.
Ini
Dan dia karena nggak populer, jadi
No,
katanya
it's very popular now.
jadi populer. No?
Agak popular.
Yes.
Oh, highly popular.
Overwhelming now.
Used to be not.
They send 2,000 scholars every year.
Nah makanya maksud saya coba buat Bandung.
Khusus Bandung.
Ya nanti kita bikin
Ya.
rame-rame.
Iya, sosialisasi.
Nah sambil begitu nanti Education UK datang
Traveling.
di matching. Yang penting kamu niat sekolah, uangnya ada, sekolahnya ada.
Ya.
Tinggal berangkat.
UK pilih di mana ya.
Study
Ya.
at
So
UK.
we have this. I want to tap to this already existing.
So, I know about LPDP. Sudah bertemu dengan kepala LPDP dan sekarang LPDP sudah mengirim banyak mahasiswa ke Inggris untuk S2.
Because only 1 year.
Because only one year.
Let's make it more popular in Bandung. Then.
So maybe we need to do more in Bandung.
Okay.
Maybe they need to do more in Bandung. Maybe you can encourage them to do that.
Dia bilang triliun-triliun rupiah tuh.
Ya, endowment fund.
Hah?
Endowment fund. Ini dana abadi diputar bunganya pakai begitu.
Ya, maksud mereka, saya dengar langsung tuh nilainya triliun.
Banyak sekali.
Okay. And then, should we turn to your visit?
Sure.
Yeah, should we talk about the visit? So you're going to go at the end of June to the UK.
Yeah, IBM set me up to go to this Al Gore
Future Urban Mobility.
Al Gore event ya,
Ya, Future Urban Mobility.
in London.
In
Ya,
London.
in London. I think
23rd.
23rd of June. 22nd and 23rd, right?
22nd to the 22nd.
Ya, 22nd.
Yeah, 22nd and 23rd.
You got that. We have a meeting. Too many meetings.
I'm okay.
We'll pass them around. So, so the Al Gore thing is a couple of days.
It's 1 day actually.
One day.
One dinner and one full day.
So, Saline conference people have particular priorities that you'd like to pursue in the
So
UK?
that's why I'm here to listen to your suggestions.
You're in London, you're in the world capital, so anything you want to do, we can do. So if you're interested in,
It will be lovely.
yeah, it must, will be people.
So I think smart city and innovation, that will be one agenda. The PPP project visit will be another agenda. Cultural with British Council. That will be also I can visit.
time or a lot of time.
After this meeting, I could send you a list of suggestions,
Yeah.
but I need to check a couple of things. Well, I mean, how many days do you have to fill with meetings?
As efficient as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
So
that
2 days, 3 days?
I think my trip to UK will be maximum 4 days.
4 days, okay. So 1 day at the conference, so we've got potentially 3 days.
It's not 5,
Huh? Yeah, 4
4 or 5.
4 to 5. Okay, so we've got
Monday to
2 or 3
Friday.
days.
Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll make a suggestion for Nottingham and the things you could do in London as well. And I may have some smart cities ideas, but
Okay,
I need to check with some colleagues.
fine. Okay, and we've got
Yeah, 5 days.
Okay, and there'll be a number of other companies that are interested in talking about these sorts of issues. So, I think the PPP and infrastructure side could take a good chunk of time. We'll need a good chunk of time if you really throw yourself into that.
I think 1 day for all PPPs
Yeah.
later would be good enough. 2-3 meetings, 1 site visit.
The other idea I had is I wonder whether you'd be interested in seeing how London manages traffic congestion. So it's not a PPP issue, it's more about how you improve the flow of traffic. Because London's quite sophisticated, that you might have some ideas.
The operation room.
Yeah, for example.
Okay. Yeah, that will be part of this innovation and smart city business.
Okay.
That's Transport for London, again. That's for the task.
I think going to Transport for London would be really interesting.
And they're used to receiving people, so they sort of know how to, they know they have presentations and people ready.
Would you want to be in touch with the Indonesian embassy and do
Oh, that's-
some work with the
That
Indonesian
already
community?
been arranged. ya. Siapa padubesnya sekarang?
Taib.
Comes up there.
Hamzah Taib. They're quite busy last week because Vice President visit. And I will contact him. Then
Oh, Pak JK
Pak JK ke London. I will try last week.
urusan apa?
Kakao, coklat.
Oh, cok.
Yeah.
And
So
I will
he was at the Cocoa conference, but then he also did some other meetings. He went to Asia House and he did some stuff there around that, promoting Indonesia in the UK. So they're setting it up in there, and they're doing 1 day there and 2 days on the South Bank, where the big arts centres. But you should meet Madam Ibu Rusia, because she organises this, but she's also just opened an Indonesian restaurant in Piccadilly Circus.
So she's Indonesian, live in London.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be the good person.
Yeah. So she
Lucia.
Usia. We can. I mean, I'm sure she'll be very, very pleased to meet you.
So if Ibu Lucia can open restaurant in Piccadilly, so can we. Different look.
She's very, very happy, eager to chance that Indonesia.
Yeah, she's looking to promote Indonesia in any way she can.
Because in Singapore, the group discussed and given input to Indonesia. They said, Indonesia, you have to show yourself to the world, to inward looking. Okay, I said, keep me thinking. Yeah. So now I want to be more proactive,
Yeah.
bring the new face of Indonesia to the world. And for me as a mayor, Little Bandung is a perfect. It's a business, will be sustainable, yeah, but while we use this culinary, we can display, products.
Yeah. So we just started with Jake Pasvic last week a 6-8 month campaign to promote Indonesia in the UK for exactly this issue.
With Pak Jacob.
Well, Pak Jeka was there last week, so we used that. But we've got a series of events all through the year to promote Indonesia in the UK. Karena saya juga berpikir Indonesia sedikit malu. So we've got a series of events. I'm hoping to get Rahmat Gobel to London, Ibu Retno.
You have to say malu-malu. It's different.
Malu-malu.
Yeah. Malu-malu means shy.
Shy.
Malu means embarrassed.
Embarrassed. Malu-malu. No. So I'm hoping to get into the finance minister there, and then I hope also in October, November to get Rajakobi to run.
But
In October, November,
Oh.
I hope to get Rajakobi to run as well.
okay. Sekarang bulan apa, Mei?
Mei.
So in terms of your visit, alongside your program, we'll be keen for you to also do something to promote Indonesia. So if you go to Asia House, or whether you're tweeting about what you're doing, we've got some fact sheets about Indonesia's potential, which showcases Indonesia compared to other countries. So we'll share that material with you, and ask you to use some of that material in some of the publicity. We'll be keen for you to do some work with media in the UK too, to talk about Indonesia. Oh, Eric.
We did before in Land Rover Grand Opening.
Okay.
In Athens, Barbados, 6 May. Land Rover.
Are you here for a different event?
The same group.
Oh no, this is with your group. Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
the little Bandung.
Sorry, I'm a little dark. Okay.
So
Welcome.
From TV1. Owner TV1. Anaknya Pak Kamil ya, pada tak.
Welcome. Okay. Okay, so we'll be keen for you to do some general promotion of Indonesia whilst you're
Okay. I think that will be compact enough for 4 to 5 days.
yeah.
Leave a space a bit for shopping.
A bit of shopping is important.
I like the Al-Fayed building.
Harrods.
Harrods. I will buy something for my wife. Okay.
You can buy some very much at Harrods. I'm sure she'll be very pleased. But there's lots of great shopping if you're interested in shopping. Lots of great stores. When was the last time you were in London?
I think 4 years ago. Things changed.
No, in 4 years, not so much. Not so much. But you'll see lots of holes in the ground where they're digging crossrail this new
I want to
railway.
visit the Olympic site.
That's
Is it a PPP thing also? No.
It's a lot of different projects, but some PPPs, yeah. I can set some information.
Because next year we will have a national Olympics playing in some area of that.
in Bandung.
Yes, I want to learn after the post-Olympic, your building in London, is it commercially sustainable for different use?
I can send you something which explains what's happened to all the different sites as a result of the planning that was done while they were being built to make sure they weren't just left.
Because I want to prove the theory that sport facility, while there is no sports event, you can use it for commercial means to finance their own.
Yeah, absolutely.
For example,
It's in the east of the city, but you can get from the centre of town out to Stratford in 40 minutes.
But
Less than that. 30 minutes you could be on the edge of the Olympic Park. So it's not difficult. On public transport. If you went by car, it might take longer.
oh, one more thing. I want to open what we call the factory outlet complex. I remember that 4 years ago I went to outside of London where you buy branded things.
It's the
They said it's all factory outlet kind of.
It's about an hour and a half from London.
Yeah. What's the name?
It's spelled Bicester. People who live in that area call it Bicester.
Best.
I was supposed to tone.
Huh?
I was supposed to call it biceps.
I only know because Rachel lives down the road. Rachel's parents live down the road. My wife's parents are from that
Is
area.
there any public transportation connection?
To Bicester? Yes, yes. You can catch a bus from central London to Bicester because a lot of people go for shopping. A lot of people go out.
Because the strategy for me in Bandung now, I was assigned by the Minister of Tourism to increase the international visitor from 90,000 to 500,000.
To Bandung.
I have 6 million visitors, but mostly
Indonesians.
so September our new airport already expanded. The existing airport has been expanded to Beijing. We want to create a series of destinations. The things that I'm preparing now is this factory outlet complex, but I don't recall any good one except the London model, which I like. So I think I will open the floating market for tourism. Is there any ICT business of UK interested to open the office or network in Bandung? If they want to build the market in Indonesia, they can use Bandung to be the home base.
Yeah.
And this technopolis will be the great. Because the high-speed train will end up in the technopolis. The toll road opening exit also will be in technopolis.
We'll check. We can check through the British Chamber here, and we can also check through our colleagues in UK in the Trading Industry Organisation in the UK in London. Because again, we've got a number of, we've got lots of companies active in the technology area, and where California has its Silicon Valley, we have a Silicon Roundabout. So there's a bit of London which is described as the Silicon Roundabout. So it's a part of the city where,
All the tech.
where there's been a deliberate effort to create a techno. We don't call it a techno park, but basically a place where a lot of small technology firms have co-located, and it's been very successful. So you should
So
visit.
maybe
You should visit that area. You should go to Old Street. It's around Old Street.
It's also in the right direction for the Olympic Park.
It's also in the right direction for the Olympic Park and the city. London's
in same direction.
it's heading towards the east, kind of northeast of the city.
And the others?
I think we will be there before. Saturday.
No, but you will be there in Saturday, but you're going to miss out. Yes. You'll be excused. I could probably claim the same. I could probably claim the same. Karena mulai jam setengah tiga.
Setengah tiga.
Yeah, 2:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Pagi-pagi.
Already sunrise.
Yeah, then if you read Isha, if you go for Tarawih, you cannot go to bed till midnight, at the earliest. So you only have 2 hours to sleep before you start.
But after subuh we can sleep again, right?
Of course you can sleep. Of course you can sleep. Baiklah.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Short term in Bandung will be promoting the education. That will be something we can hopefully. Tapi cek dulu yang kayak LPDP. Jadi saya mau bikin event kombinasi.
PDP sama Inggris.
LPDP jelas, Bandung bisa gimana dapat data.
Kita kontak
So who are the TV? What are the cameras with you? What have you got?
This is my local Kominfo team. Department of Information.
And the camera? The same
Same,
camera?
same.
Same. So this material goes on your website?
Usually, every time we have a formal.
Or you just give it to the journalists and they just publish it, whatever you give them?
To balance the need. One more. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. There you go. Thumbs
Iya,
up.
gelap.
It will be published on Mr. Mayor's Facebook.
Ah, yes, 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 okay. Very good.
So, with Harvey, you right?
Yes.
Looking forward for your proposal. Okay.
Terima kasih banyak. Sampai ketemu lagi. Sampaikan salam saya ke Bu Atalia.
Terima kasih banyak. Sama-sama.
And they're not very kind.
Ya.
Nice to catch up more with you. So sometime if you're there, we can visit it together.
No problem. No personal. Do you like a story like this? Oh, I'm saying like if you like it's a trend in Indonesia. Okay.
Okay. So, terima kasih.